and getting a layup.
Just call that the McLean special play.
Gets another outlet pass to Adriel. A shake and bake, left to right crossover, and gets a layup on the right-hand side. And Terriana gets a block. Chano with some pressure. Willing passer.
There you go.
Ellen. Smooth jumper there.
Kendra says no way.
Relative visitors. This evening here is our senior night for Tulalip Heritage High School. As you heard earlier, we paid homage to all of our ladies. If you're just now getting here, I would like to announce the ladies one more time just to give them the shout out. Our seniors for the ladies were Vanessa Cortez, Terriana McLean, Kendra McLean, and Abby, our manager for the team. So with no further ado, it gives me the great pleasure and honor here to introduce our seniors for the boys, the young men. This young man wears jersey number 3, your team captain, Chano Guzman. Chano will be accompanied out there on the middle of the court. Parents are Chano Guzman Sr., Lacey Rogers. Shout out to grandparents Ponciano and Sherry Guzman. Friends, family, we're going to take center court, or are we going against the wall? Ladies and gentlemen, I know you can do better than that. Big round of applause for Chano Guzman. This young man here as well, he wears jersey number 25, Damon Pablo. Damon is going to be accompanied by his parents, Eddie Pablo and Sage Sandsaver. Shout out to grandparents Lori Parks and the late great Eddie Pablo Sr. Some of the highlights here that we have for Damon, he was also on the Tulalip Heritage Hawks golf team. Over there against the wall so we can get pictures. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, family, another big round of applause for Damon Pablo, number 25. Here we go. One more senior here by the last name of a Pablo. Wears number 30. But he's not suited up tonight due to a mishap there. So, Lincoln Pablo, your time to shine. Parents, we have listed Marcy Scott, siblings, McKaylee Pablo, Ruth Pablo, and Aaron Pablo. Aunties and uncles, Dan Pablo, Corey Pablo, Kelsey Pablo, Sammy Pablo. Grandparents, Snooks and Shelly Yant. Another information here for Lincoln. He played football and was also the captain of the Tulalip Heritage Hawks golf team. Big round of applause for Lincoln. This young man right here can be seen rocking the court wearing jersey number 12, Adrian Showtime Jefferson. Parents are Shawnee Sheldon, Jeff Monsiger, and Anthony Jefferson. Grandparents, Tony Sheldon and Friend Jefferson. Adrian also played football for the Tulalip Heritage Hawks and shined on the football field as well. Big round of applause for Adrian Jefferson. And this one right here wears number 21. And he goes by the name of Hazen Shopbell. Big round of applause. Parents, Hazen and Tia Shopbell, Marin and Anthony Dixon. Grandparents, Rocky and the late great Peggy Shopbell, Lynn Walker, Jim Armstrong, Eric Andrews, and Karen Anderson. Hazen also played football for the Tulalip Heritage Hawks. Good job there. Big round of applause once again for Hazen Shopbell. Good job, Toshka. And our last senior that I have here in the pamphlet, we're going to call out number 31. And a birthday boy, Apollo Lewis Freiberg. Parents are Roselle Freiberg and Apollo Lewis. Also Tim Green listed there. Grandparents, Ray and Cheryl Freiberg, Bonnie and Jerry Manise. Apollo also was on the Tulalip Heritage Hawks football team. He also participated in wrestling and track. Another big round of applause for Apollo Lewis Freiberg. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Apollo. Happy birthday to you. All right, big shout out to all of our seniors. We can't forget our super senior, Alan Ace Enoch, super senior. We're gonna put 5 minutes on there. And we didn't have names, but a big shout out, round of applause to all of our seniors from our visiting team here, from the Shoreline Christian School Chargers. Big shout out once again to all of your seniors. You got less than 5 minutes to get any snacks or drinks and take your seat before we get down to business.
Oslo Hill, everyone. Again, welcome to the Francis J. Sheldon Gym as we are here for our boys matchup tonight. Tulalip Heritage Hawks face Shoreline Christian, and I'm joined again with Matt Tate.
Good evening, everybody. Once again, great to celebrate senior night here for our boys with our 6 seniors. Just to run down the list, Ponciano Jono Guzman, Adrian Jefferson, AJ Jefferson, Hazen Shotbell, Damon Pablo, Lincoln Pablo, and Apollo Lewis Freiberg. We had a great ceremony to celebrate them, and man, there was just a lot of family out there, which is great to see. So really a special night for our boys as they celebrate senior night. I anticipate that we'll see 5 out of those 6 starting. Obviously, Lincoln is hurt in a walking boot with a foot ankle injury, so all 5 seniors starting, which would be special as we go into the intro.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
As we have Tony Bluehorse taking us in on the PA for the flag song.
Once again, as you join us here on senior night for the Tulalip Heritage Hawks. Thank you there, Sam. We're going to begin here by introducing all of our starters, beginning with Shoreline Christian School Chargers.
Intro to the lineup, and then
by
I don't know
their
if he'll
head
do the
coach,
5 song
Mr.
again
Adam Halter.
or not, but we will wait and see.
Starting for you,
It's his world right now. We're just living in it.
Isaiah Zabel. Number 20, Daniel Abraham. Number 5, Tristan Rosler. Number 1, Jensen Pierre. Number 0, Jaden Culver. Those are your starters for the Shoreline Chargers. And with no further ado, Hawks fans, you know what to do. You know what time it is. We're going to get loud and we're going to get proud as we introduce our starters here for the Tulalip Heritage Hawks. Starting for you, led by their head coach, Mr. Sean Sanchi. Number 3, Chano Guzman. Starting for you, number 12, Adrian Jefferson. Starter number 21, Hazen Chappelle. Number 25, Damon Pablo. Last but not least, your birthday boy, number 31, Apollo Lewis Freiberg. Once again, as we did earlier there, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to ask you all to please rise. At this time, we're going to render a song to honor our Stars and Stripes as we remember our veterans, all veterans, native, non-native. This song here, please rise. Once again, remove your hats and bear with me while I sing this song. You may be seated. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
So once again,
Uncle Ray, Hank, all once again, native, non-native. Thank you to our referees. I don't have you. I remember Marvin and Tim.
so shout out again to Tony Bluehorse for introducing our game in an indigenous way with that flag song.
And it's also a little crowd audience participation. My name is shot bell on the other side of the court echoing in, which is kind of a special thing to see as well. So always good to have indigenous roots be shown here and bring that in a good way.
Yeah, a lot of great family support to intro tonight's matchup for Tulalip as they win the tip. Chano facilitating the offense, gives it to Hazen. Hazen for a nice mid-range jumper. Then Heritage employing that full court press. And an easy steal there by AJ. AJ with a pump and pass. And a backside layup to Apollo just comes out. Shoreline Christian able to break that press.
Nice block there by A.J. Jefferson. Rebound by Damon Pablo. Quickly outlet to Chano Guzman. Coming back down the court this way.
3 ball for Hazen. He takes his time. Then a rebound there by Chano. Swing pass to Hazen for a second chance opportunity. 3. And it's good. So Heritage jumping out to a 5-0 lead.
Good hands there by Damon to get the tip. Just upset the offense just enough to cause Shoreline to come out in their set there.
Aggressive take there by number 0, Jaden Culver for Shoreline Christian. Off though, so Heritage with the rebound, bringing it down on the other end. So each team getting a couple fill-out possessions here, running some offense. Crowd calling for Apollo to shoot that 3. He's wide open, but you know, just trying to run some offense.
Yeah, definitely a lot of patience shown there. Apollo had an open shot, but looking to run the offense, get through some stuff, kind of find their groove a little bit.
So Chano gets a foul call there. Floater for Chano. Hazen able to get the rebound. And Chano for 3. Just over the hands of the Shoreline Christian player as they got the rebound. So Heritage able to get a turnover there. Oh, but AJ nearly loses it, gets it to Chano. Apollo with the step away floater. Great defense there by AJ.
And great basketball play there. AJ had the whereabouts to throw the ball off the opposing player to keep the possession here for Toledo Heritage. So going back the other way, looking a little bit scattered right now. You know, obviously 5 seniors on the floor, adrenaline's probably flowing pretty good, but really like to see us settle down. And as you see, Chano with the nice Euro step just off the mark.
Yeah, he got to the bucket. $100 move, $5 finish there. You see a step through Euro. Just wasn't able to finish. So couldn't extend that lead for Heritage.
$100 move, $5 finish.
Add that one to your notebook, Matt.
I will add that to my one-liner book.
That's for your son when you're coaching him out there.
Yeah, my son's lucky if he's got a $5 move and a $1 finish.
Oh, step through for Shoreline Christians. Number 20, Daniel Abram. And I know I said last game I wouldn't talk about the shoes, but I like his John Morant's too. Those are the zombies. I really like those.
JJ or who? Or
Daniel Abram for Shoreline Christian. Some sweet kicks. And then Shoreline Christian with another layup. 3-point for Takala. Off the mark, and then Daniel Abram able to wrestle the rebound.
Hazen shot ball all over that ball right there. Maybe a foul call. You see Abram shake his hand a little bit. There might have been a little bit of contact as Coach Sean calls a 30-second timeout. I would imagine probably going to say the same thing that we just talked about is settle down, get in your game, play your groove. You know, now we have our traditional starting 5 out there. Coach Sean giving the seniors a chance to start with our lineup there. Chano Guzman, number 3. A.J. Jefferson, number 12. Takala Black Tomahawk, number 13. James Jr. Jones, number 14. Jalen J.J. Gray, number 20. Hazen Shotbell, number 21. Lennox Luong, number 22. Amari Hatch, number 23. Damon Pablo, a senior, number 25. Lincoln Pablo, unsuited tonight with a foot injury, number 30. And Apollo Lewis Freiberg, number 31, rounds out the lineup for the Toledo Heritage Hawks.
Yeah, so you said there will be a rotation. We have Amari Hatch coming into the game and J.J. Gray coming in to play some point guard as well. Yeah, I think Sean's obvious emphasis is there is even though you're playing that press, you know, get in the game, to have that fast tempo, you still want to settle in when you come down on the offensive end and get the best shot.
Yeah, most definitely control the tempo and don't get in a hurry, right? Like if you have the ball on offense, be cool and collected, and then on the defensive fly around to really create havoc. As we see, Damon Pablo is going to be his second foul on number 5 from Shoreline Christian. That would be Tristan Rosler. Goes to the line shooting 2.
Yeah, and that's a tough one where he wants him to put his hands straight up. He kind of got his hands down, got called for a foul. So Shoreline Christian able to tie it up with a first free throw.
Yeah, you made mention to put that in my one-liner book, to talk to my son about that. He's traditionally a wrestler, played basketball last year and this year, and so having fun with it, but he's not going to be a basketball player in high school.
Well, then your line will be $100 shoot, $5 takedown if he doesn't finish.
Exactly, exactly.
And a little bit of wrestling.
Yeah, that's right. We were talking about wrestling last time on the broadcast in districts and getting over there to get a wrestling match in under our belt.
JJ off the mark for the layup. Active hands there. Damon nearly causes a turnover. So Hawks looking to just get something going on offense.
Yeah, I think honestly they're a little bit shocked with the way the scoreboard looks. There's kind of a lid on the bucket on the offensive end for them. They've gotten multiple shots up, but just can't get stuff to fall. So Amari Hatch there with a fast break and a lay-in. Great pass by Hazen Shotbell. Get the ball up the court as they settle into.
Yeah,
looks like a 2-2-1 press. They went from a diamond and 1 to a 2-2-1. A little bit of confusion there by Hazen, but they found their spots. So
a rip there by JJ.
Unselfish by JJ, but it gets called for the travel. I don't know if it was necessarily
so we get a
travel.
rip there.
And you hear this fans calling for a little bit of a trip kick, intentional action there. Steam from frustration by number 20.
Yeah, we saw a leg swing there. Obviously it's up to the refs to call that, but we get the privilege of seeing it on the monitor. So that's a tough no call for Heritage. We get a little bit of an outcry from the fans and coaches and folks in attendance. Leads to a turnover, obviously, so some more frustration there right after.
Oh, looks like we got some blood on Amari Hatch from somebody. There's also a little bit of blood on his jersey. I don't know if they caught that on the backside.
So we got, as Matt's trying to listen in, I think we have a ref signaling for Amari. He's going to probably have to take off that Under Armour shirt, and have to go just with the jersey because it's got blood, but the jersey's got blood too. So I think ref's motioning for him. He's going to have to get a jersey. It'll be a second for him to come back in the game.
Well, and this is something you don't often think about, when you're ordering jerseys. Always have an extra spare in the bag. We call it a blood jersey back in, my coaching days. And Amari's going to have to go to the locker room. Obviously a little bit frustrated about that. High school boys will take their shirt off anywhere, but it's against WIA rules to remove any part of your uniform on the playing surface. So hopefully they can find him a jersey, because he is a very important part of this Tulalip Heritage Hawks team. So
great point of emphasis.
Stay tuned.
There. Great point of that's a new thing. I didn't know that, or a new thing I learned, I should say. Is that a utility fact?
Yeah, that's one of those useful facts that we all know, right?
So as we see, Shoreline Christian swinging it around, but it's still there for Hazen. Being patient, swings it around to Chano for 3 in the corner.
Speaking of shoes, I think Chano got a new pair of shoes for senior night.
Yeah, those are some
like
nice
those
LaMelo Ball shoes. AJ feeds it to Hazen. Oh, not able to complete the pass though. And it leads to a layup for Shoreline Christian. A little too unselfish right there. I was hoping he maybe would have kept it.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Chano showing his great ball handling skills, takes it in, and that's the second or third floater of Chano. And usually those go in for him just off the mark. Hazen does a great job of getting in position, trying to draw the offensive foul.
No call there, so Tulalip able to get the rebound. Baseline feed to Damon Pablo for a layup.
You know, that's one of Chano's strengths in the game, able to draw multiple defenders and then find the open guy with his characteristic no-look pass. So great job by Chano being a great point guard that he is.
As we see on the replay monitor, we get a rip there by Hazen. And he finds Chano right there in the corner for three, a couple possessions back. So Heritage just really looking to extend that lead, having some success on defense. Turns it over as he had a missed dribble.
I think this is more how the score was supposed to go for the Hawks. You know, up to a 4-point lead, cut down to a 2-point lead. Because they got to stop and play. Look like they're doing a blood check. Skin check, blood check here. Looking for where the blood is coming from. That we talked about sending Amari into the locker room for New Jersey.
Yeah, we had some blood on Amari's jersey. We're not sure where it came from, so obviously refs got to check everybody if they come on to the court, or keep an eye out for it, I should say. High post with that handoff to Takala for a nice mid-range.
Yeah, Takala's a kid that really, he works every day in the gym with Coach Walker here, really trying to really settle in and define his shooting style. As he comes off the high post there, gets it right at the top of the key. Nice up and high release. I know that's been a point of emphasis, that high release for Takala. Elevated shot, shoot with his legs. So good to see him putting it to use in the game.
Yeah, and that's a nice offensive set I've got to watch here throughout the course of the season. That high dribble handoff that usually gets a free look for Heritage. Adrian trying to get an offensive foul call. Not able to, but a good contest there by Hazen.
Yeah, great rebound down there. See Takala for a long three, in and out, just rattles off the rim. But great looking shot nonetheless.
And then Heritage, Damon Pablo called for a foul there down low. Strong box out.
That might be 3 on him.
Yeah, that's not a foul you'd like to see, obviously.
Getting our information from our resident statistician, and that's just 2 fouls on Damon Pablo. So still 2 fouls in the first quarter. Got to clean up the game a little bit.
Coach Sean showing some trust, obviously has him playing. And we get a foul call there on Chano as he used on-ball defender on number 0. Jaden Culver going to the free throw line.
As we also see J.J. Gray exit to the locker room with a jersey in hand. I don't know if he's taking that to Amari or, but I haven't seen Amari step back in the gym yet. So, breaking action. Chano's talking to Coach Sean there. Do those shoes come in like? Are that 2 separate pairs of shoes that he bought and then he just wears them alternatively? Or do they come in a multicolored box, like a box of crayons?
That's a good question. I believe they come like that. So you get 2 different colored shoes, but they're from the same pair. And then you obviously get the multiple colored laces, I believe. I like those. I kind of want those, but a little bit too bright. Oh.
Nice crossover there by Chano with the floater.
It works for the flair of his game, though.
Yeah.
With the $100 move, $100 finish on that floater for Chano. And then
nice
Heritage.
Backside help defense there with AJ coming in with the steal. Immediately running to the other end of the court. Hazen has an open look, passes it up. Chano drives, gets fouled from behind on the pass. It'll be a ball on the baseline for the Heritage Hawks.
As we see a crossover. shift in number 1 on Shoreline Christian, then a hezzy. He's crying for help, but it's not there for a finish.
Yeah, you know, that's characteristic. Chano makes those shots, I would say 9 times out of 10, but that's the first out of 3 or 4 that's fallen for him tonight. So hopefully that's the beginning of something fun for him tonight.
3 there at the end of the quarter for Chano, no good. So Heritage going into the second quarter up 16 on Shoreline Christian, 11. So as we get a break going into the second quarter, what's your analysis for Heritage for them to be successful the rest of this game?
Well, I know we talked early in this quarter. They were kind of playing frantically, both on the defensive and the offensive end. And I love the defensive intensity and energy. They're real strong when they press, but just on the offensive, they got to settle down, which we saw later on in the first quarter. They were running some sets. You know, you talk about that handoff at the elbow there creates space for Takala to knock down a shot. Basically, just be patient, play within yourself, and control the tempo of the game and disrupt their tempo on the defensive end, which we're very capable of doing. We do really, really well.
I agree. And as we see on the monitor, we got scoring leader Hazen Shotbell with 5 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds.
Chano's also in there as I get stats handed to me. 5 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound for Chano Guzman. So 2 seniors stepping up for them, for their teammates here on senior night.
Yeah, so great start here for Tulip Heritage Hawks. Obviously, you would like them to keep up the defensive pressure and hopefully roll away with the larger lead going into half.
They can win each quarter by 5 points. That's a 20-point win, and we'll take that all day long, right?
As they're gearing up to get ready for districts as well.
I see Amari Hatch and JJ Gray back in the game. More of our traditional starting lineup here, which this lineup is a lot of fun to watch with their speed and athleticism. You know, as you see Chano get right into the offensive player there. Lots of contact with no foul called.
Yeah, you give up a little bit of size, but you get a lot of speed. As you see there, early layup attempt for JJ, obviously a little bit wild.
Yeah, great crash on the boards by Takala there, and then gets the outlet pass to Chano, gets blocked out of bounds on the baseline. So.
Yeah, I think on that one, JJ, he was, second guessing if he was going to get a clear look on the first side of the rim, and then double pumps and misses it. So we'll see if they can get this one back and get a couple points here on this possession.
It's funny, we were talking about the mellow Grinches, multicolored, and my daughter sends me a text, and they are drippy, which means she must like them too. So
there we go.
I better start saving my pennies because she's gonna want a pair of those. I guess.
Matt's daughter approves. I love it. See, she's getting into our bit on the reel, on our broadcast. She's agreeing.
Nice crossover there by Amari. Left-handed layup. That's a special basketball play there.
Yeah, nice step through. Gets a layup. Able to break down the defense when nothing's created for Heritage on the offensive end. As we see Heritage in the man matchup. Deep 3. JJ gets the rebound, getting it on the run. Chano underneath, swings it to Amari. To the corner for Takala. And it's good.
And Takala does a great job there, getting his feet set, elevating. We got a stop and play call there.
So we get a 3.
Technical foul. I did not see the play there. Maybe we can get a little bit of a replay.
Yeah, I believe we're getting a technical foul called on Chano. So we see 3 goes up. A little bit of inadvertent contact, I'm not sure, but he kind of sees it. Ref right there in the beeline of the ref's eyes. That's not, you gotta be obviously more conservative for your team.
I was not looking at the replay. My apologies. I was watching the action on the court in front of us as there's a discussion between Coach Sean and one of the officials.
So both pairs of free throws knocked down by Jaden Culver for Shoreline Christian, gives them 15 points with Tulip Heritage up 21.
I got all kinds of family members watching the broadcast tonight. Listen, I'm getting all kinds of text messages. Grandpa's in Arizona with my mom. They're watching. Daughter's in Kashmir, Washington. They're watching. Hence the drippy shoes comment.
I love it. I love it. Ask her what you weren't on the broadcast on the last one. Ask her if she likes the reverse Grinch Kobe's. There was about 3 girls on Tohola that had the reverse Grinch Kobe's, and they had N7 jerseys. So note from the last broadcast.
Oh wow, I missed out. Tohola repping style points for Tohola.
We get a travel call there by, I believe, Takala, and then Matt will segue to that question to his daughter, hopefully. So trap there working for Heritage. Crowd erupting, they're loving it. So turnover there by Shoreline Christian. And I'm gonna say it one more time while we're on the broadcast. Doesn't hurt to ask, can we get an N7 sponsorship, Nike, if you ever watch this?
Oh, N7 Nike sponsorship would be legit for our boys and girls, our entire athletic department, right?
We're a travel school.
That'd be volleyball, football, basketball, and they probably make some sweet N7 polos for the golf team too, huh?
Yes, yes. Doesn't hurt to ask. With a nice inbounds drawn up for Hazen, unable to finish. And then an outlet pass. So great defense there by AJ, leads to a rebound and a layup attempt by Amari.
Lots of uncalled contact right now, and part of me feels like the officials need to start calling some of those things. Only 1 foul in this quarter, but if we don't get the game under control, it's gonna get out of control in a hurry.
Yeah, and you would hate to see obviously a bad foul call, that results in, or you get a little bit of a travel, you get some luck.
Yeah, it's good to see the refs and the officials come together to make sure they make the right call. What did you see? This is what I saw. Did you see a foul? No foul. Obviously, next call there is a travel. Shoreline Christian coach is in the officials' ear as well, calling for a timeout, which I saw him call for a timeout, but it was never awarded one. So
rebound there by Takala.
That's the second out of third possession in a row. Takala's done a great job of crashing the boards. Not characteristically a guy that likes to find contact underneath, so I like to see that out of him tonight.
Long pass intercepted by AJ. Amari with the possession, surveying the floor, sees JJ on the opposite side. Hazen with a baseline jumper.
AJ with the steal there, gets the ball back from JJ, shot from Amari. Just short.
This is a frantic pace, Coach.
I told you we got to slow it down and play our game, run our stuff. See Amari Hatch signaling for a little help coming off the floor there. So stopping the action, reverse Grinch Kobe's to my daughter, yay or nay. She says nay, they are not my favorite.
So non-approval from Matt Tate's daughter. It's okay though, it's okay. They were some awesome shoes. That was like, that reminded me of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, telephone line home, or phone a friend.
Phone
right?
a friend, yep, phone a friend,
there
definitely.
There we go.
Out there, Shoreline Christian with a deep 3, number 0 just off the mark. That is Jaden Culver, senior. Shoreline Christian ball on the baseline.
So Heritage being pretty successful, obviously ramping up the pace, getting some turnovers, but kind of lack of quality shots on the offensive end, would you say so far?
I don't know if it's a lack of quality shots, more or less a lack of finding the bottom of the net, as we see Jaden Culver come in there with a 15-footer. Yeah, it's really, I don't think a lack of quality shots. I think it's just our shots aren't falling. If you look at a JJ with a little shake, step back 3, that's not a bad shot, but just doesn't go in the hole, which is, the shots aren't falling.
for 3 for Takala. Hazen able to pull in that rebound. Takala with the mid-range, unable to find the bottom of the net, as you said.
As you see Shoreline Christian getting out, they're releasing one guy. That's about the 3rd or 4th time we've seen them release that one guy and make that long pass. Trying to compete with the up-pace tempo of the Heritage Hawks, which that could be a challenge for these guys over the long run. I don't know if they're necessarily used to playing that up-tempo style of basketball, which is characteristically our style of basketball here. So could be a good thing for us as we're sitting on a 5-point lead. There's going to be 2 shots at the line for number 1.
Yeah, I think obviously when we've done some post-game interviews, the boys love to play fast, and it's about who's going to get tired first. I had JD in the booth, and he says that's what Coach Sean preaches, is obviously they want to get out and run, let the horses run free. So for Shoreline Christian, it's going to be, are you in shape? Are you ready to run tonight? You know, they obviously have a little bit of a bigger size matchup, but that doesn't equate to stamina and speed.
Yeah, you know, number 0, Jaden Colliver, and Daniel Abram have stayed on the court pretty much the whole first half, and that's where they're going to have to dig deep in the 4th quarter if they want to keep up with this tempo. That would not be a shot that I would consider a good shot. Kind of a forced shot attempt there by Hazen Shotbell.
See, as you see Coach Sean calling for a timeout, he doesn't get it. And the only reason, yeah, that's why, see, as Coach Sean is calling for that timeout, that's what I said, are we sure if they're bad shots? Not necessarily that they're bad-looking shots, but, you know, being patient, obviously getting the best look at the rim, you know, maybe trying to run some offense. You haven't found a couple buckets in the transition, so slow it down, try to get something easy, uncontested. That's just what I meant by that. As Coach Sean calls a timeout, maybe going to get them dialed in.
Yeah, I totally agree with that analysis. You know, we're not finding the bottom of the net in transition, so change up the pace a little bit, slow it down, run through your offense, find a high-quality shot. You know, I really like that elbow shot on that elbow handoff play, almost like a UCLA cut to a elbow handoff, which can also turn, and that high post guy can turn and shoot or dump. So I definitely agree with that, and I hope maybe Coach Sean is really reiterating that. He's on the whiteboard there, drawing up where guys are supposed to be. So.
And I heard a voice. I'm not sure if it was his, but there was a transition play where one of the players is on the baseline. He's yelling, "Pull it out!" Right? You want to get a offensive play in, and then there was a jumper. So kind of that, you know, where maybe you're not getting your offense. I'm not sure if it was him, but it sounded like it was coming from him. And so we'll see how they transition with 3 minutes left in the 2nd quarter.
So sitting that diamond in 1 press, which is really, you know, Takala back there kind of playing center field. Shoreline breaks the press easily and gets in a half-court set. Sorry, Junior Jones steps up and gets called for the reach.
Yeah, and we get a little bit of an outburst by the fans. You know, they're wanting it called both ways.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's really hard for the fans to look up at the scoreboard and see 4 fouls to nothing in the 2nd quarter. It's an equally physical game by both teams, and when the foul count is different, it makes it hard for the fans to accept.
So Takala coming down. Swings it out to Hazen for 3. Short. And it's tipped out, but Heritage forcing a retain of the possession.
Yeah, good job by Hazen following a shot, making the defender really work to box him out, ends up tipping the ball out of bounds so we can retain possession.
So Hazen underneath the bucket. Oh, not able to maintain balance. He was open, just wasn't able to maintain balance, and then there is a jump ball called, I believe.
Yeah, you know, and I think there was a little bit of contact there. Hazen kind of knocked off balance with, again, a no call on Shoreline.
Nice inbounds play drawn up for JJ. He knocks down a 3.
I believe they call that Seattle. I really like that inbounds play. It's one of my personal favorites. You know, real traditional Inbounder passes the ball to the guy breaking out. He steps in, gets a screen on the baseline for a nice three-point, as you see on the replay there.
Don't forget about the inbounder, right? That's what they yelled.
Yep.
Can't lose the inbounder. So JJ able to knock down a 3 on that. Highly contested layup there by Heritage as they get a rebound coming down. Coach Sean asking for an offensive set. AJ in the corner. Off the mark.
That is a carry, uncalled.
Yeah, that was a hard one to miss. I know we're supposed to.
I'm not supposed to critique the refs.
yeah, but that was a hard one to miss. So, you know, here you hear coaches, players calling for it. Shoreline Christian lucky they'll get it back.
That's because I got a handheld mic tonight and I forget it's hot all the time.
Nearly a corner 3 for Shoreline. Oh, the second chance layup, no good for them. JJ trying to get a steal.
We got Shoreline Christian coach calling for a timeout. Nobody giving him any acknowledgement there as he slams his hands on the floor. Obviously frustrated with the officials.
Yeah, as we see a lot of bodies flying in there trying to tip the ball away. It's a pretty scrappy game. You know, pace obviously not what Shoreline Christian might be used to, so coach just begging for something from the refs.
A fairly close game, 26-19 with just over a minute to play here in the second quarter. Long 3 from the corner. Shoreline Christian retains possession.
Hawks in that 2-3, just trying to minimize passes inside.
The Shoreline Christian coach called for a timeout about 6 times. I got a headset on. It muffles the sound and I could hear it. The official's standing about 6 feet in front of me. Really focused on their job, I guess.
Yeah, we got a lot of sound going on here. We got DJ music playing, Too Short. We got fans yelling, you know, players flying around. It's hard, but, you know, coach is fighting for his offensive call. Or, I mean, I should say offensive timeout.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a live atmosphere. You know, the DJ, like you said, in the corner. And it's a loud gym. Like, it's just a loud gym. Not a very big gym. We find a way to pack the house on a regular basis. And needless to say, very passionate about the game of basketball in our community. So
that's one where, hey, sometimes as a coach, you got to come out the box. You just got to get on the floor, you know, get the refs' attention. Come out the box, get your timeout.
So maybe I'll go catch him at halftime and say, every time you say timeout, take 2 steps closer.
I mean, I'm not going to advocate for breaking the rules, but, hey, we got to do it in football sometimes. You know, ref can't hear you. You're begging for a timeout. Clock's running. You got to get a timeout, right? So, nonetheless, they get a timeout, get an offensive set going. Jaden Covert driving to the bucket around 3 defenders, gets stripped.
Oh, no look pass. James is just a little bit deep as the players are laughing. AJ's covering his head. He's like, hey, I was open in the corner. But nice. That was a nice no look pass by JJ.
He tried the Kobe over the hoop. Heritage flying around. Turnover there by JJ.
Oh, and a hard foul, almost what I would consider a flagrant.
And then we get...
they did call a flagrant foul, as you see the crossed arms. JJ, nice tip, steal, takes his time. And just nothing but body there.
Yeah, hammers him late to the ball.
No real effort to go after the ball there, which is a dangerous play, you know, and we got to keep players safe, obviously. I believe I saw a flagrant foul as the officials are having a conversation.
I saw him signaling for it. The one thing I would say, too, the one thing you don't want to see, JJ already broke a bone in his foot, I believe, or had, you know, for some time it was speculated. So you don't want to see him get hurt. So obviously they're going to clear the box, and JJ will get to shoot a pair of free throws.
as we watch JJ shoot his free throws. From the phone a friend line, text message, I think they're the Rick and Morty's, not Grinches.
There we go.
Rick and Morty's?
Rick and Morty's for LaMelos. Yeah, for the LaMelos.
LaMelo, Rick and Morty's?
Yes.
I don't know. You guys are a whole different level.
Reverse Grinches are the Kobe's. Reverse Grinches are the Kobe's. It's where the Grinches are the green with different colored laces. The reverse Grinches are the red with the green laces for the Kobe's. A little bit of sneaker knowledge there for you today. It's the non-useful information.
Do you see what I'm wearing? I wear Hey Dudes 90% of the time. In fact, I just ordered myself a pair of Hey Dude boots, waterproof for all this wet weather we've been having.
Yes, sir. It's out of season. You get a little bit of a good price, right?
Oh no, they were $100.
Oh, okay, never mind. Easy layup there for Amari.
Yeah, as the Hawks pull away to a 10-point lead. AJ contests the lay-in, rebound to Chano. Comes out quick, looking to score. No look pass to Takala, just off the mark. Ball tapped away by Amari. JJ tapped away, back the other way.
Frantic pace there, track
wow.
meet pace.
Track meet back and forth, like a ping pong ball back and forth almost.
So Heritage Hawks up 29-19 on Shoreline Christian, up 10. What would you like to see closing it out going into the second half?
Well, as I talked about in the first quarter, just really controlling the pace of the game is what we need to focus on. Calming down and settle in, taking advantage of the fast break when it's there, but not forcing the shot at the other end if you don't have a good shot. James Jr. example, don't force that shot. We've seen a couple other guys drive to the hoop. Run your offense, get your set going. Defensively, I love our intensity. I love the speed, the quickness, but we really got to control the tempo coming out here in the third quarter. But 10 points, so it's 5 points ahead in the first quarter, 5 points ahead in the second quarter. If we can keep this, I don't really know if Shoreline Christian can keep this pace of play up. I don't know what they play traditionally, but they got to have some players that have really good condition to keep this pace of play up, because this is what we're used to playing. So
I agree, and that'll conclude our first half matchup. We'll be back in just under 10 minutes. Welcome back, welcome back. We are live for the second half matchup of Tulalip Heritage Hawks against Shoreline Christian. Tulalip Heritage Hawks boys are up 29-19 against Shoreline Christian. So for the viewers who are just tuning in, what have we seen so far, Matt?
A lot of first half back and forth, kind of a track meet style game. Really questioning whether or not Shoreline Christian can keep up this tempo for the entire game. Obviously, most of our viewers that are fans understand and know that that's our style of basketball. We play a fast, aggressive defense, a lot of quick kids, and then we like to run and gun a little bit on the offensive end. As we said at the end of the first half in our breakdown, I would like to see our guys, if they're not getting buckets in easy buckets in transition, back the ball out, run a set, really control the tempo and control the time of possession there. So excited for the second half. Up by 10 is a good place to be at halftime, and we'll see where the second half leads us.
Yeah, great breakdown and analysis there by Matt. Heritage so far so good, successful, running this up-tempo game that has slowed down Shoreline Christian. Shoreline Christian, I believe, they had a couple matchups last year where Jaden Culver, number 0, was really successful scoring the basket, had a lot closer of a game, but so far, too much to handle with this different Hawks roster. And then we get a turnover there and a foul for Heritage Hawks.
Yeah, Chano does a great job of anticipating that pass, getting in the passing lane, and without that foul, he's destined for a lay-in. Obviously, we know he's really quick with or without the ball. So foul called. You see a full court press that Shoreline's coming in.
Yeah, able to get the ball back, maybe try to create something for a first bucket of this half. A 3 there for JJ. Follows his rebound. Gets a hezzy and go. And an easy layup attempt, swipe threw his shot off. Chano able to get a scrappy layup there. No good though, off the mark. Hazen finds Damon under the hoop, but he's blocked. Shoreline Christian gets a layup attempt of their own, but that's contested and it's no good, so neither team able to score here.
As you watch that matchup down low on the block with Damon and Culver, getting a little bit physical, Damon's got to be careful not to extend his arm too much there. They call for an offensive.
Looking for a little bit of a give and go option. Swiped away though. So turnover there caused by Jaden Culver. Looking for a hezzy and go of his own. Short corner jumper, good.
Yeah, now that you mentioned that, I do remember the Jaden Culver name last year for Shoreline. Really a pretty good basketball player. Decent sized body, pretty athletic, moves well, not afraid to be physical. Definitely Shoreline's best player by far.
Handoff option there, taken away by Shoreline as they're able to kind of have a mid-post defender sag off, and he's trying to guard Takala. Takala with a take of his own, dishes it off to Chano. Chano to Hazen for a short corner jumper.
Chano doing what Chano does best, really doing a great job at drawing the defenders and finding the open teammate. Oftentimes draws a double team in the lane and is able to dish out.
Two defenders there able to negate the shot attempt for Shoreline Christian. Heritage able to get a rebound. Then we get a reaching foul there by number 5. So as we see there, dish by Takala, and then Chano finds Hazen for a nice, easy look underneath the hoop.
I'm going to anticipate 3-point in the corner from JJ here.
Another one of those pin down screens, as you said, on the baseline. Oh, you called it. I see it. 3-point attempt for JJ. Off the mark, though. Chano finds a rebound. Oh, up and under attempt. No good.
JJ is the shortest guy on the floor. I don't know how he ends up with that rebound, but he does it often.
He finds it. He's a quick jumper. He's athletic, believe it or not. He might be short, but he's very athletic.
Oh, yeah, I'm not doubting his athleticism. As you see there, he gets the ball up to Takala. Takala goes for a drive, goes a step around, and the defender slides over for the blocking foul. Hopefully on the shot attempt, as you see JJ get the outlet to Takala. The defender sticks his knee out there. I think they're going to call that on the ground. Heritage Hawks ball. Looking for Takala for the 3-pointer in the corner now.
Screen there for Takala. It's good.
I'm not like that smart, but I would think that you'd be able to defend that. That's the 3rd time we've ran that play and got a really good shot.
So if you're the opposing coach, what set do you call to stop that? You zone up on the inbounds?
I go man-to-man and switch the screens on the baseline. So if you switch that screen on the baseline, instead of having the guy follow him out there.
Number 20 should have switched.
I would switch that screen knowing that there's going to be that baseline down screen action and the pop out to the corner. The problem when you switch that screen, the offense can combat that by what we call slipping the screen, where the screener actually calls, instead of screening, they flash to the basket and get the ball in front of them. Quick, easy lay-in. So, I mean, you can always counter everything. Back and forth. Defense tries to do this. Offense runs a counter off of it. So, but initially, I would say switch the screen, or you can run a 2-3 zone, and that takes the screen out of the picture. And that baseline wing guy goes out, and it takes that whole play out of the picture. But I'm not on the bench for Shoreline Christian, and I'm not on the bench for Toledo Heritage. It's just my analysis of the game.
Good breakdown. Some would say that you might have coached a game of basketball.
Once or twice, just once or twice.
Yeah, I agree.
I made a state appearance in my first year coaching here, and not necessarily all of me. I had great assistants and a great group of guys at that time. And it's fun to coach here.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, like I came in with a very different philosophy in basketball just from my upbringing and my style as a player. Defensive heavy, man-to-man, not a real offensive heavy player, but we were able to find some success and have a lot of fun. Which, fun fact of the day, Amari Hatch actually made that trip to Yakima with us.
Oh, Shoreline Christian player nearly scored on the wrong bucket, so Chano gets an easy look, but isn't able to finish. That threw me off for a second.
That was weird.
That threw me off. Shoreline Christian player running down on the other end, tries to score on the wrong basket. Luckily, neither team scores there. And then they get a body foul call there on JJ.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard because you were watching that. You were pretty in focus on that. But Amari actually made the trip to state back in 2010.
As a baby?
As a baby, yeah.
I did catch that.
Yes.
I did catch that. That's awesome.
So,
full circle moment here for the Heritage Hawks basketball program. So Amari Hatch gets to go to finals or to state with Coach Matt Tate at the helm, and then now he's playing in Coach Matt Tate's commentating.
And hopefully he gets to make another trip to state this year. That would be really cool to see these boys. They're full strength. They started off early on the season with some injuries and wasn't necessarily full strength, and it's within the last couple weeks they've really found their groove as a team. And
yeah, I'd say they're rolling. Obviously, a couple tough matchups against, the likes of Lummi and maybe a few other teams, but they're able to redeem themselves. I believe they lost their first matchup against Tahola and then handled them pretty easily the other night that we broadcasted. So a lot of change here to end the season in a good way.
Yeah, I think the stat was they lost to Tahola by 5 early on in the year, and then they won, you said, pretty handily by 20 or so?
Yes, they were. It wasn't close, respectfully to the other program, but it wasn't really a close game. They played that fast tempo, got them, turning the ball over a lot. Were able to extend that lead, to 20 plus, I believe. And then we have a little bit of some physical play underneath the basket. Players kind of asking, discussing with the ref here. So obviously still, this game though, still pretty close. Shoreline Christian trying to fight to get back into it.
Yeah, 11-point lead for our Heritage Hawks. Double team there out there in the wing. Looks like we've gone to a 1-2-2 almost, maybe a soft 3-2, 2-3 defense now. It's really hard to see what we're in.
Yeah,
back to a man.
Shoreline Christian coach was Juan in that entry pass there. Chano able to get a hand in there and deflect it.
You see they set up in a 2-3 zone. Culver to the middle, makes a nice move. Tips it over the back of Damon Pablo, getting physical down underneath between Pablo and Culver.
Shot bell with the step through. JJ looking to intercept the pass, misses it, and then Chano called for a foul call there.
Yeah, and just Chano is fast, and the other player crossed in front of him. No real way for Chano to change direction there.
So
but when you play fast up-tempo, like in-your-face aggressive defense, you're going to get fouls called, and that's just something you're going to have to trade off as a coach and be willing to accept that.
So Amari, lineal descendant to play at Heritage, coming back into the game.
Yeah, both his mom and his dad played here, so like I say, full circle.
Hawks in what looks like, I would say, a 2-3.
Yeah, they're settling a 2-3 now.
Takala obviously sagging over, trying to deny the post. Playing ball side, right? 50-50 position, is that what you call it, Coach?
Yeah, midline position. Sag over there. The ball's on the other side of the court.
High 3 attempt there off the mark for Shoreline. Coach Sean just calling for Heritage to get into a set, maybe settle in a little bit. Amari in the corner, off the bench, and it's good. Crowd erupts. Long ball, steal there. Takala tipped it away, goes back to him for a floater. Oh. And
foul called on number 0, Dayton Culver.
Get some contact there as JJ was going for it.
JJ's probably giving up 50 pounds to Culver, so that's a losing proposition for JJ, but gets up, get ready to go. He's a player, tough kid. We've seen him hit the floor hard many of times this year. He's just a hustler. He's a kid that isn't afraid to fly around, which I really like to watch him play. He's fun to watch play. Kind of a quiet kid in school, but slowly over the course of the basketball season, we've been able to formulate a relationship and talk about hoops. That's just good kid, though. Really good kid.
Oh, 3-point attempt for Takala, wide open. Off the mark. JJ able to catch up, tip it out, and gets a rebound. Yeah, I'll say JJ's one of those young players. He comes alive. in the sport, whether it's basketball or football. He comes alive. He gets real charismatic, loves to, just play sports, be an athlete. Oh.
I know he'd much rather be in the gym than be in class. I can tell you that for sure. But all we got to preach a student athlete, and he's doing a good job also in school. But you give him the choice. He's 100% going to the gym. He plays football. Interesting. I did not know he played football for you.
Yeah, he played for the Junior Hawks a couple seasons, obviously youth program. He wasn't able to play, obviously, for Heritage football this year. We'd love to have him next year. He's a quarterback prospect that we're looking to field.
Oh, that'd be fun. Expand your options with a quick, speedy QB like him for sure.
Yeah, definitely a dual threat kid, so we'll see. He's been very successful here tonight on the court.
See Culver go strong to the hoop. Approaching the 1 minute mark as JJ dribbles between the defender's leg.
I think that was unintentionally.
Yeah, it was, I think.
Good looking move, but unintentional. Swinging it away to Takala. Tries a finger roll in between the defenders. Gets it swatted away.
You can see the look on Takala's face like, what the heck just happened? A little bit of a laugh. High fives coming on the bench.
So we'll get a timeout with 50 seconds left, just under 50 seconds. Heritage up 37, Shoreline Christian 25. So as we go into the fourth, you broke it down at the half, coming back. What does Heritage got to do? Obviously keep being successful on defense. What would you like to see maybe on the offensive end?
Well, I think we're doing a good job of, slowing the game down a little bit. We've run a lot more sets and haven't been so much back and forth with turnover. We really need our layups to fall. We're missing far too many shots within the 6 foot range, which are easily makeable shots. So really, as a coach right now, you're preaching finish on the offensive end, especially those layup opportunities. And those are high percentage shots, and we're not making them look very high percentage tonight. So going into the fourth quarter, value the possession, value the ball. Defensively, keep doing what you're doing, but really value each possession, run that shot clock down, run the time off the clock, and walk out of here with a win.
I agree. Yeah, as you said, within the last maybe 30 seconds, there was probably 3 or 4 layup attempts that were off the mark. So just got to finish at the bucket. Stay poised. Obviously, don't give up any threes, I believe, we don't want to see Jaden Culver get going here for Shoreline Christian. I think they close it out.
Yeah, definitely. With Culver, Culver's shown he can play down low. He can play out on the wing. As he's the one that brings the ball up, and the ball's tipped from behind by Amari Hatch.
Yeah, and they've done a good job of just, maybe making him work so much so that he has to think about everything on the offensive end. Obviously, when he gets it in the post, he's looking to do one thing, and that's just to score. We see Takala cheat over, get in the passing lane for a Euro, and it's off the mark.
I mean, that's a great basketball move by Takala, but like we were talking earlier, you need to finish that. Like, we have to finish those easy points.
Yeah, maybe on that one, you'd like to see a jump stop, go up strong, get a foul call, possibly. He gets a steal there. Looking down court to Amari. Amari catches it, secures it. Oh, off one leg, 3!
Oh my gosh, just a step through, off 1 foot jumper. Gets the crowd going as we head into the fourth quarter here. Coming off, high fives all around, smiles on his face as we see the replay.
Pump fake, off 1 leg, coach, off 1 leg.
Oh, I'm just gonna step and put the ball in the bottom of the net. So, but it's funny, you look at a shot like that, and these kids are in the gym at least an hour a day for school, for PE class, and they take crazy shots like that all the time. They're shooting from the volleyball line. So we saw that actually come to practice makes perfect kind of a situation where it helped him in the game. So
I was just gonna say that you always see that famous clip of Patrick Ewing where he's yelling at his player when he's at Georgetown coaching. He says, "Did you practice that?" And in that moment, Amari, he practices that, as Coach said.
He does practice
he
that.
He practices that. So he knocks it down. Heritage extending their lead 40-25 against Shoreline Christian.
The only difference there with Amari is he probably has a pair of Crocs or a pair of slides on in the gym, than not his basketball shoes.
So everything going for Heritage to close it out. Going into the fourth, we had a bit of a stat update before the third quarter where Chano at the time had 5 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Takala had 7 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds. Hazen was on his way with 5 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. We will see if we get a live stat update here, but nonetheless, Amari adding to that, JJ getting a couple layups.
Well, and just a kind of a unique situation. We've led by 5 at the end of the first quarter, 10 at halftime, and 15 at the end of the third quarter. We could be on track for my prediction. If you score 5 more each quarter, we're going to win by 20.
We might have to go bet a big one. We might have to go, Coach, you've been calling everything tonight. We might have to go to the casino after this one.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't frequent the casino that much, and when I do, I'm on a tight budget.
Youth program here, youth program,
Yep.
you know, just jokes, but yeah, you're a whiz with the predictions tonight. Step through for Takala. Oh, pass underneath to AJ, gets a layup. Long pass there. Let me get a reach on Amari. I mean, stops a transition. What could have been a transition layup, so I guess not a bad foul.
Yeah, definitely not a bad foul there. Good, clean defense. Maybe a little bit handsy on the reach, but like you said, stop the transition play. Forces Shoreline Christian to get in a set. Gives our defense a chance to get set up in our 2-3.
Yeah, get a stop and maybe get a transition bucket. So Heritage just swarming around number 0. He's scored, but he hasn't got busy. He hasn't been able to get busy like past nights.
No, as a foul's called on Hazen's shot bell.
Oh, I thought it was out of bounds, but okay, we'll get a reach foul on the shot attempt.
Yeah, the official on the baseline blew his whistle as well as the guy on the top, and the guy on the top called a foul. So he had a different angle and saw what he saw.
And I mean, again, if he's going to score, he's going to score right, but this pace definitely, contributing to stymieing the rest of the Shoreline Christian's roster as well. You haven't really seen other players be able to score as heavily because of the pace, a lot of turnovers. JJ with a little bit of contact, nearly gets a tip in. A roll around, outlet pass. Takala able to get back though. Oh, loses the ball though. And then they get a reach call there for Jaden Culver. See Coach Sean pleading to the ref. I can't make out what he's saying, but he was pleading for something.
I think he just wants a discussion just to talk over some things that he's seen from the sideline. A very respectful manner. I'm trying to have a conversation with the officials about what he's seeing and going to bat for his players a little bit.
Yeah, scrappy game so far. Obviously, it's hard. Sometimes you don't want those foul calls. And then we see a foul there. Looked like AJ might have been vertical, but he gets called for a foul. So Jaden Culver going to the foul line. Heritage up, 16 points, 42. Shoreline Christian, 26.
This is not the guy that we want to send to the free throw line. 3 for 3 in his last 3 attempts. about to be possibly 4 for 4. But he is their guy, right? Like you said, there hasn't been a lot of offensive contribution from anybody else on this Shoreline Christian team. Culver's a kid you got to keep an eye on and contain. Timeout's called on the made free throw by Shoreline Christian. Hawks lead by 14 points.
Yeah, and I think for Heritage, obviously, it's the pace they want to play at, and sometimes it's going to get you fouls, sometimes it's going to get you turnovers. It's one of those ones you got to try and be as careful as possible with the contact, but regardless, there's going to be some fouls taken, some, turnovers given. Well,
and we talk about fouls and turnovers. Take a look at the scoreboard here. Once again, we're just into the fourth by just a minute and 14, and if the fouls are correct on the scoreboard, we've got 4 fouls listed in just a minute and 15 seconds worth of play. So that's a little bit off with the number of fouls for the time we've played, and Shoreline Christian doesn't have a single foul recorded. So the fans are going to look at that and they're going to wonder why there's such a discrepancy in the foul calls. Not to get over analytical about that, but that's a factor in the game and will be a factor for our fans as we continue into this fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think if you're Heritage, obviously, that you're getting a lot of looks at the basket, some uncontested, some contested, like that one right there. So you know, whether you make it or miss it, you're obviously not going to get
quick
one
turnover.
on there. And then,
nice unselfish by Chazen, just off the mark for Takala. Just swarming around Shoreline Christian in the backcourt.
Amari gets a spin in between the defender. Gets to go to the free throw line.
As you see this handoff here, Takala nice and easy. But then as soon as the ball gets inbounded, JJ is all over the offensive guys, forcing those turnovers.
Yeah, Heritage doing a great job, just pressure from the moment this game started till now. Not letting their foot off the gas, and so free throw trip, trying to extend that lead to 20 to create a successful prediction for Matt.
That's a tough cross-court pass, especially with the length that Hazen and Takala provide in this press. Pass is deflected. Jefferson recovers it, and it's knocked away by Shoreline Christian.
Yeah, Heritage just, they're waiting. They're playing the passing lanes, being active. We see a baseline pass there to AJ. He's not able to finish. But then nonetheless, pressure on the ball handler. Just rushing them. Not making anything easy for Shoreline Christian.
Amari tips it out, chases it, goes and lays it up with ease. One thing about JJ and Amari at the top there, they are not afraid to extend the two part of the 2-3 all the way out to the volleyball line. Sometimes you'll see Takala with the big defensive block there. Immediately runs it out to Hazen. Hazen under to JJ as it's blocked away.
This pace is just so fast. I just get caught watching, Coach. I'm not going to lie.
It's okay. I know when you're watching, I have to take over.
Couple transitions, steals. You're doing a great job breaking it down as we see a swat here, baited swat there. Takala able to avoid, contact. Says, get that stuff out of here. And we see Amari calling for the outlet.
Yeah, Takala gave him a look and decided he wasn't going to go that far right now. Probably didn't see the passing lane that Amari was calling for.
Great way to be conservative, get a set here. 3 ball for Amari, and it's good.
Extends the lead to 22 points here for the Hawks. Covers the spread for all of you betting viewers at home.
4 minutes, 24 seconds. AJ called for a foul on the baseline. So number 5, Tristan Rosler will go to the free throw line, knocks down the first one. And then see that pace setting in. Jaden Culver going to the bench.
Yeah, he hasn't seen the bench for very many, maybe hardly any time tonight. I don't know, this might be his first time coming out of the game, but we kind of alluded to this earlier in the broadcast talking about our pace of play and, you know, the fact that he was out there the whole time wondering if he could keep up. And here we are in the fourth quarter with just over 4 minutes left.
For 3.
Ball is tipped from behind by Amari.
Contest right there leads to a rebound by Hazen. And then, you know, maybe a forced foul after he misses a layup.
Yeah, I know that's just a great hustle, all-out effort play by Amari to run that down and just deflect the ball enough to cause that ball to not go in the hole.
And then I believe they're at the 5 cal fount.
Nah, that 5 fouls is on us.
Oh, okay. Maybe there's some liquid, some sweat on the ground. Not sure.
Lots of squeaky sneakers in the gym, so that's probably the case.
All right, as they get that mess cleaned up, I believe we will get an inbounds with 4 minutes and 8 seconds. Chano able to come back in the game, gets it tipped out. Oh, forcing the turnover zone, and then definitely a reach there.
Little smile on his face from Amari. It's good to see a young player like Amari maintain his composure, not getting frustrated, having fun, smiling. Obviously, I mean, basketball is kind of his life, and he's a talented player. Obviously has the 1 foot running three-pointer down.
Yeah, he's doing a great job here at the end of the game, you know, not rushing it, getting a good look. That results in an easy jumper for JJ.
Got a travel call. And really a good job by AJ there, maintaining his position, not leaving his feet. You know, he had a foul called here a few minutes back where he left his feet, but Coach Sean motioned him to stay on the ground and did exactly that, and good things happen when you don't leave your feet.
Amari attacking, gets a foul call. So as obviously Hawks cover the spread for you, Coach Matt Tate closing out the game. We got 3 minutes, 30 seconds. You know, what would you like to see coming towards districts for Heritage boys?
Well, I'd love to see the intensity on the defensive end. I think that's something that really brings a lot to this team that we weren't seeing early on in the year. With this full strength personnel lineup we have enough guys as Amari shoots a 3 there just off the mark. Chano with the rebound, quick pass to Damon. Great job there by Chano to find the open guy for the easy lay-in. You know, offensively, I think just really finding what's working and what your identity is going to be, and make the lay-ins, please.
As we get a kind of a run through by JJ, looked like he was trying to go for a steal, misses it. So easy layup there by Shoreline Christian.
But I will say one thing, you know, about, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I don't think this has been our best shooting percentage game. You know, but our boys are doing a good job of playing through it and still shooting the ball. They're not taking bad shots, they're just not falling, and sometimes that's going to happen on nights.
Yeah, I agree. I think the other thing that I would like to see them clean up, obviously, you know, they do play with a great pace, but, you know, going into districts, you're going to get a lot more of a tougher matchup. You got to definitely clean up the turnovers, be able to get into your offense a little bit, you know, close out games, and also get some smooth offense rolling during the game.
As Chano's like doing 3 squats in a row, daring the guy that he's going to shoot from 35 feet. Gets a laugh out of the audience.
And then obviously the other thing that it's going to be, you know, will be seen is, are they going to be able to match up inside, you know, come districts? Will they have some inside presence against maybe some teams that are a little bit bigger and might be able to match that speed?
Yeah, definitely a point to consider. You know, are we going to be able to survive a game where the opposing team has, you know, some bigger guys on the inside? because that is definitely not something we have. Although I've seen, from today, I've seen Takala doing a much better job of crashing the boards. He's a long, tall kid. He's not afraid to get in there and mix it up. That'll be good. Damon Pablo obviously plays the inside. He doesn't have a bunch of height, but he's definitely not afraid of contact and play physical down there. So we'll see. At the 1B level, not likely to find a lot of teams with, starting 4 guys over 6 foot. As Chano's just absolutely hammered there with a no call.
Leads to a layup. We get a scoreboard off there.
We got a scoreboard situation here. It's going to be an inadvertent dead ball. Should go back to the Hawks.
Minute 39 here as the Hawks close it out. Looking to finish strong as they get ready to go into districts in the Northwest 1B League. Great turnout of the fans and family here. We're hoping that as they get into those do or die games that we get the support. Family and fans coming out and supporting.
Yeah, there's a little conversation at the table there between the official and the scorekeepers. Obviously, the little Jeopardy music in the background.
As we look to figure it out. And as we get the game rolling, minute 40. Damon to the bucket.
AJ comes down with a rebound. That should be the 5th foul of the quarter for Shoreline Christian, and should send Chano Guzman to the line shooting 2.
So Hawks still with a chance to keep that spread covered for Coach Matt Tate. AJ.
So I don't know if I should say this or not, but the foul was called on Shoreline Christian, and the person that was fouled was Chano. And I watched Chano motion for AJ to go to the line.
That's a good observation, Coach Matt.
Did you see that, or am I seeing it?
I thought I saw it too, but
okay.
AJ gets a point and then gets another one. Another opportunity. Apollo in the corner. Swings it back out to Chano. Swings it over for 3. So Hawks still playing with a lot of that energy. Up and under for Hazen.
Really unselfish basketball there by Hazen. Nice under the hoop, side swipe kind of a pass.
And fans still erupting as the pace is just as fast as it was when we started with 50 seconds left.
So from our stat guy, crew leader, our eyes in the sky, if you will, getting a recommendation for Hazen to be the chosen player to interview after the game.
All right, looks like we'll have Hazen Shotbell coming up to the booth to do our post-game interview as Heritage Hawks close it out on senior night. Up 57-33 on Shoreline Christian with 46 seconds.
So all you fans at home that are thinking, I'm going to turn the broadcast off, don't miss your opportunity to listen to Hazen Shotbell, one of our seniors, doing great things not only on the court but in the classroom. So just a really great kid. So
3 there.
Nice pass by AJ across court. Apollo and Hazen creating a little havoc over there.
Trying to trap.
Chano, excuse me. Apollo and Chano creating a little havoc for Shoreline as we got 21.1 seconds left.
Hawks still playing fast and furious. So time running out. I think Coach for Shoreline Christian asking, I thought he was asking for the clock to run, but attacks the bucket. Then there's a reaching foul on Apollo.
Oh, I know what I was going to bring up. I actually talked to Dr. Nathan Plummer, our principal, about the playoff scenario. Right now, it appears both of our boys and girls are going to be second place in league to Lummi. That's kind of what it's turned out to be. And that means that we will be hosting a game, district league playoff game on Saturday, both boys and girls here at the Francie J. Sheldon Court. So just wanted to give an update to our viewers at home who may be curious about when the next game would be. We do go to Lummi this week, I believe, but we will be at home on Saturday hosting a playoff game. So if you got nothing else going on this weekend, make your way down to Heritage High School in the Francie Sheldon gym and come watch the boys and girls play in some playoff basketball.
So you heard it here first from Coach Matt Tate, internship coordinator. We get a district game here Saturday, hosted in the Francie J. Sheldon gym. We will now have Hazen Shotbell do the post-game interview.
Yeah, a nice 25-point win. We were able, as predicted, we kind of thought that in the fourth quarter, Shoreline Christian would have a hard time keeping up that pace, and evident by the 25-point win for our boys tonight. Always fun to watch them. Really excited for them to make a playoff run. And as always, it's always a pleasure to be with you in the booth. Please don't replace me with JD. I know he's filled in for us big on Saturday, but it's always a pleasure to enjoy my time with you here in the booth. So everybody else at home, thanks for being here, and I'm going to sign off and go find Hazen.
Great job, Coach Matt Tate. We will be giving out his phone number to phone a friend later on for the next broadcast as we wait for Hazen Shotbell to come on up for his post-game interview. What's going on, Hazen? Hold it tight, hold it close, hold it close.
All right. Oh, man, mine. Yeah, all right.
So good evening, Hazen Shotbell. So a successful senior night for you guys as you take it away 59-34 against Shoreline Christian. Was there any added pressure going into senior night?
Yeah, a lot of added pressure, especially with the crowd. The crowd is massive, the biggest crowd we've seen all year. Yeah, that's about it. I put on a show tonight, just like.
As we see on the monitor, maybe some highlights from you. How'd you feel when you're hitting those shots, hearing the crowd erupt?
Oh my! I forgot to even hit a three. I don't even notice the crowd for real. I'm always hustling. Yeah, that's about it.
Great job, great job. So Coach Matt Tate over there, internship coordinator, said you guys will get to host a Saturday district playoff game. How are you feeling going into that game?
Whoa. I got the jitters, not even gonna lie. I'm pretty confident with my team, though. I think we could pull through. If we all just stay, play as a team, stay confident, and take it to the rack, that's about it. I think we'll be good. We already got our threes down.
I love it, I love it. Congratulations, great game played in front of your family. Like I said, crowd erupted as you did a good job. You guys come away victorious. Good luck come Saturday.
Yep, thank you, thank you.
Hazen Shotbell closed it out in a post-game interview. As I said, we'll be giving away Matt Tate's number for a phone a friend on Saturday's broadcast for Tulip Heritage Hawks. Good night.